All right, we're approaching the end of the season, which means that the transfer rumors are going to start flooding in. I thought, why not get a head start and try to predict one signing that a bunch of the biggest clubs in the world are going to make this summer. So this is kind of a mix between a prediction of what I think will actually happen and also kind of a suggestion for what I think each club needs. If you're a fan of any of these clubs, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see that player join your club, also let me know if I got it completely wrong and what other player they should look for instead. Well, first we're going to talk about Manchester United, who really need to make some signings. Some people think that Amorim needs to go. Honestly, I don't think they need to sack their manager right now. I think that's the least of their concerns. Amorim's proven that he can be great. I think they just need to give him more time, let him sign the right players. So for Manchester United, the position that I think they're going to look to replace in the summer is goalkeeper. Now, I know Onana has become kind of a scapegoat. I don't think he's been the worst part of their team, but I don't think his mistakes help, and I think they will look to replace him in the summer. And I think that they will go for and should go for Porto's Diogo Costa. Now, he's been great in 195 appearances for Porto across his career. He's made 80 clean sheets. I know that's not necessarily the mark of a great goalkeeper. Defense is a huge part of clean sheets, but it's really hard to compare goalkeepers based on statistics. His market value is only at 38 million euros. Obviously, Porto will probably ask more than that, but still, if they can get him for 50 or 60 million, it could be a great signing. I'm sure most of you saw his performance at the Euros last year. He was really, really good. I think he'd be a great signing if Manchester United are able to get him. Okay, next we're going to talk about Real Madrid. And this one's pretty obvious. The rumors have been circulating about this for a while, so I won't spend too much time on it. But they're going to look for a right back because Carvajal's injured and he's aging, and they can't just rely on Lucas Vazquez forever. So I think almost everyone knows at this point that they've been looking into Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. Now this is a bit of a controversial one because he is a Liverpool man through and through, born and raised there, played at the club his entire career. But it looks like instead of becoming like Thomas Muller or Francisco Totti, he's going to move on and chase more glory with Real Madrid. Obviously, you know how good he is. 254 appearances, 64 assists as a right back is amazing. He's on another level. Defensively, not the best in the world when it comes to fullbacks, still does a great job. Just an incredible right back and definitely the best that Real Madrid can get. His market value is 75 million. But as his contract is going to be up, I think Real Madrid can get him on a free. And that'll be an amazing signing for them. All right, next we're going to talk about another team that definitely needs to make a few signings, and that's Tottenham Hotspur. I think a new manager is needed, and they've given him time. He's just not the right man for the job. They're going to need to look for a few positions, but the main one here I've gotten is striker. I just don't think Solanke's going to cut it. And they do have Matisse Tell on loan, who's not too bad, but I think they're still going to look for a new striker. And I've suggested Hugo Ekitike. He's been great for Eintracht Frankfurt this season with 28 appearances, 19 goals and assists combined. He's got a market value of 55 million. He's a young player as well. I believe he is 23 years old right now. So he'd be with them for a long time. And Tottenham have a good track record of picking up signings for the Bundesliga at around this age. Heung-min Son from Leverkusen turned out to be amazing for them. Ekitike has been really good for Eintracht Frankfurt this season, not just with goal scoring, but also with his link-up play, which is something that they're missing with Solanke and something that Harry Kane was so good at. So I think he'd be a great signing for Tottenham. All right, a few more clubs to go. We're gonna go to Tottenham's favorite club, Arsenal, and I think that they're gonna copy their brothers Tottenham in also looking for a striker. They're playing Mikel Merino there right now, who's actually been really good, but they've been runners-up for a few seasons in a row now, and they just need that world-class striker to take them to the next level to finally win the league next season. And there's no one else but Viktor Gyökeres that they should be going for. His stats speak for themselves. Since joining Sporting, he's made 95 appearances, and in that time has picked up 113 goals and assists combined. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's Messi and Ronaldo-like numbers. I know he's only in the Portuguese league, so he's not on their level. I'm not saying that. But still, it's incredible. 75 million market value. He might go for a little more than that, even if he's 100 million, even if he breaks Arsenal's record signing. I think this is the guy they need to go to. He's in his prime right now. He needs to join them in the Premier League and lead them to that title. Some people are saying Alexander Isak as well. I think it's less likely that he's going to want to leave Newcastle, and he's actually valued above Gyökeres. So I think Gyökeres is the smarter move for Arsenal. Okay, now we're going to talk about Borussia Dortmund. Now, they've been slipping down the table the past couple of seasons, so this is definitely another team that's going to need to make some crucial signings this summer. I think a position that they're sorely lacking in is that kind of attacking mid position / winger, a playmaker really. Julian Brandt has been their go-to guy for the past couple of years, but he's aging and he's dipping in form this season. They also have Gio Reyna on the bench, but he's not good enough. In the past, they've had amazing attacking mid / wingers like Dembele, like Sancho, like Royce, like Kagawa. I could go on. And I think this is the guy they need to go for, and it is Lyon's Rayan Cherki. He's been absolutely incredible this season, 38 appearances for Lyon and 29 goals and assists combined. His market value is currently at 35 million, but even if he is 35 million plus and it breaks Dortmund's transfer record, who are known for not wanting to spend big money despite being one of the richest clubs in football, I think they need to break their transfer record for this guy. He'll be only 21 or 22 years old by the time he signs for them. He's a young player. Dortmund are known for developing young players. They need an absolutely world-class one, and Rayan Cherki is that. He could lead them to be competing back for the Bundesliga title where they should be, and he's probably the kind of player that they could sell in a few years for 100+ million. You know Dortmund love doing that. Okay, now we're going to talk about Barcelona, which is a unique situation. They're on top of the world right now. They don't really need a left winger, but there's rumors that Ansu Fati could move on. There's rumors that Ferran Torres, that Dani Olmo could move on in the summer. Even Rafinha could move on in the summer. I doubt that, but I've heard rumors. So I think they're going to need another attacking midfield player, left winger, right winger, to kind of cover that position. I think they're going to go for Alberto Moleiro. I think he'd be a good pickup for them. Now, his stats don't really tell the full story. 29 appearances, 7 goals and assists, not exactly what you want for a Barcelona level output. But he's a really young player, would only cost around 25 million, maybe even less, from Las Palmas. And he just doesn't he look like the kind of guy that should be playing for Barcelona? They signed Pedri from Las Palmas and it worked very well. So I think he'd just be another great Barcelona level attacking midfielder that they could add to their arsenal. And finally, the last club we're going to talk about is Chelsea, who I think they also need a left winger. Jadon Sancho's just not cutting it. Pedro Neto, Madueke. They're all decent players, but I think they need someone a little better. And this player is not necessarily who I think they should go for, but who I think they will go for. And I think they'll go for Dortmund's Jamie Gittens. This just seems like such a Chelsea signing, doesn't it? He's made 43 appearances this season for Dortmund, 17 goals and assists, and would cost 50 million. I believe he'd be 20 years old in the summer. Chelsea do snap him up. But yeah, he's a young English winger. He just fits the profile of Chelsea so well. I think he'd do well for them. He's shown flashes of brilliance at Dortmund, but he has been a little inconsistent. These kind of players coming from Dortmund, we saw with Jadon Sancho, another young English winger coming from Dortmund. These players can be gambles, but I think Jamie Gittens could pay off for Chelsea. But that just about wraps up this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these signings, just flashing through them all, reminding you of what the picks were. If you're a fan of any of these teams, please let me know who you would like to see join your club this summer. Let me know if I got this right. Let me know if I got these wrong. I'd love to hear all of your opinions. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to Footballers for more videos like this one.